Hello and welcome. If you were here during my October the 31st video game stream with Thomas Potts and Wesley Crusher, you would have seen in the middle of it, I suddenly realized that an NES PCB board I was bidding on eBay got sniped away from me, and I was less than thrilled about it. Wait, did I get outbid at the last second? That would suck. I did! Oh, dick. Since then, I found another eBay listing in which they were selling off just the main board of an NES game with all the RAM chips and everything on it. I have no idea if these work, but I figured, why not? So I bought them, and today we're going to be going through 7 of these mystery games. I'm going to clean up real quick, throw in my NES, and see what we got. Okay, so this eBay listing came with 4 of the NES cartridge shells, but just the back of it for some reason. I didn't get any of the fronts, and the listing was for 6 random PCBs, which he individually wrapped. But if you notice, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a mystery 7th one. So I don't know if he made a mistake or if he was just being really kind and throwing in an extra board. But either way, I'm extremely thankful that I was able to get these 7 mystery games, and hopefully they all work. Now, I haven't opened up any of these yet, but I looked at the cases, and right here, I mean, this is some pretty nasty stuff, and the backs, they're not great. This one doesn't even have any of the caution labeling. It does say the Nintendo, so this apparently is supposed to be an authentic shell. I don't think it's any third-party stuff, but I'm going to clean this up real quick. I'm going to start with this one where someone put some Sharpie marker on it. Now, I don't know if you've seen this before, but this really is a great way to get permanent marker off of the back of boards. All you do is you take a dry erase marker, and in theory, you just rub it back and forth on what you need, and then when you wipe it away, you can see that it's already a lot better. Now, the reason this works is because dry erase markers have a lot of alcohol in them. So this is nice, but on something like this where it's just the cartridge, I can actually grab some isopropylene, put it on a Q-tip, and rub it directly. So that's what I'm going to try now and see if that works any better. And I barely put any isopropylene on this Q-tip at all. I just barely got it wet there. But I mean, it comes right off. So if I was a little more generous with the amount of isopropylene I put on it. Well, I mean, you can see it does a good job. But honestly, I feel as if the dry erase marker did a better job of getting the initial bulk off, and then maybe using a Q-tip to finish off the job would have been a lot more effective for that. But either way, you can see that this is a great way for getting it off. I'm pleased with that. Like, this is just the back, and it's not perfect as it is. Like, if this was a truly perfect shell where the label just had no imperfections, I'd be a little more concerned about making sure I got it all the way off. But as it is, I mean, I'm going to try just a little bit more with the Q-tip here and see if I can get any more of this off. But I'm pretty pleased with that. I don't need to go overboard with it. That's fine. Let's see, on this side, I'm just going to kind of wipe it down here. I know that with it being the year 2020 and cleaning products being in such high demand for silly reasons, to be quite frank, some people might see me using a little isopropylene and thinking that's downright sacrilegious, but gotta get things clean. Now this case just looks just awful. It's gonna need quite a bit of some alcohol cleaner on it. In fact, what I'm gonna do on this one, I'm going to try getting just one of my shop towels. You know, it was a brand called Shop Towel. It's hard to call this a shop towel. But it's just it's a paper towel that's a little bit sturdier than your regular kitchen paper towel. A little more absorbent, perhaps. Trying to get any oil spills you might make. But I really like them because they are quite sturdy. I go through less of them than if I'm using a paper towel. And I can do something like that real quick and get that nasty gunk off. And you know, that kind of looked like some smoker gunk. You see that a lot in electronics. Whenever a certain device came from a smoker's house, it just has this tar buildup inside of it. Now, yeah, I can smell the smoker on it. Like I can smell the cigarette off of that one. So fortunately, I do have to get right up and smell it. It's not something that you can smell as soon as you open the bag. But I think that this shell is the only one like that just had that thick buildup. Okay, let's take a look at my actual games. Like I said, I have no idea what any of these games are, but I'm quite interested to see what I got. I'm just going to get them all out of the static bags to start off with. Okay, so before I start shoving any of these inside my Nintendo system, I do want to give them a quick once-over and make sure that everything just looks okay, and then clean off the contacts, make sure there's no gunk residue all over them. So what we got here is we have a NES AO-ROM, which this one, not many games were made for the AO-ROM. Maybe like 30-ish? But games like Battletoads, Aladdin, Double Dare, that sort of stuff is on the AO-ROM. Right here we have a CN-ROM. Yeah, a CN-ROM. And CN-ROM was a little more popular. You had things like Adventure Island, Arachnoid, Back to the Future 2 and 3, and Castlevania. So that'll be interesting. It'd be cool if I got a Castlevania here. This is NROM. Oh my goodness, NROM. Man. NROM was pretty popular. This is what Super Mario Bros. Came out on. Not Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, just Super Mario Bros. And then this one down here at the bottom is also an NROM. So I guess I'll put those two kind of next to each other, do some shuffling here and get myself confused. So there's my NROMs. I already talked about the CN-ROM. This one is a TL-ROM. The TL-ROM, that was stuff like Bases Loaded 3 and 4, Captain America and the Avengers, Yoshi's Cookie. That was a fun game. I do like seeing the MMC3, the memory controller chip unit on that. That's always fun. I like the more advanced ROM packages. Right here we got a SL-ROM. SL-ROM had like Action 52, The Addams Family, Castlevania 2, that'd be pretty cool, and then Chip and Dale and Darkwing Duck. I'd love it if this turned out to be a Darkwing Duck game. I've never owned that game, but I have had Chip and Dale. I really enjoy it, and I'd love it if I got Darkwing Duck. And then this last one, this is a UN-ROM, and I do like the UN-ROM games quite a bit, so much that I actually have a UN PCB mapper that I can write games to that I have made backups on my own, so legal backups. And on UN-ROMs, you have things like DuckTales, Dragon Quest II, Castlevania, but just the Germany version, so this probably isn't Germany Castlevania, but you never know. And of course you have California games on the UN-ROM. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do some quick time-lapse here as I just clean these up and make sure that, I get as much of the gunk off as I can. Okay, just to explain what I'm doing here real quick, we're going to stop the time lapse. What I saw here is that on the back of this board, and you probably can't see it because I don't have super great a webcam here that can zoom in and enhance like other people do. But what we got right here is I noticed that across these three traces, it looks like someone just drug like a probe or something across them. And so I just wanted to real quick verify that I didn't have a broken trace. And all you gotta do is get a multimeter, set it to your ohm setting, kind of like a diode test, just make sure you got continuity. And then, yeah, I got it there. Okay, so everything looks fine. Uh-oh. I'm just being an idiot. I'm testing the wrong point, that's all. Then this one comes over here. Okay, so everything looks fine on that. And beyond that, I mean, it's it's an old dusty game, but beyond that, everything looks just fine. You can see I'm kind of doing this trying to get the dust off. I shouldn't do it with a Q-tip because I do not want to erase off the ROM chips here what they are. And if I get too aggressive with it, it's entirely possible that I could take the writing right off the ROM chip. So I'm not going to do that. You know what? Let's go ahead and test this out. To do this, I just so happen to have a cartridge shell that I can very nicely, neatly put this into. At least I was hoping I could. Maybe I can't. Maybe I don't got the right shell for this type of ROM. Nope, there we go. Just had it in backwards. Okay, so there we go. I'm not going to screw it down or anything. It'll just be held in with pressure. Let's go ahead and plug this into my Nintendo and see what sort of game we got. There we go. Super Glove Ball. I have never played this game. Honestly, I've never even heard of this game. Let's do a quick test here. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is such a, like, there isn't even, oh my goodness, there's not even an interface for the menu. It's just, boom, here's the game. I have zero idea what I'm supposed to be doing in this game. Am I even playing it right now? Is this just a demo? No, this is me, I'm playing it. I got no idea. I've literally got no idea what this game is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like an arachnoid? Oh, look at that. Okay. Okay, this is supposed to be like an arachnoid clone kind of game. So I can grab the ball and then launch it where I want it to go. And then I can try to, let's see, if I go forward, I think if one of those little fish things hit me, I lose health. Or anything out there. Let's test that theory. Yeah, it looks like I lose health whenever one of these little guys get me. And then, well, that's interesting. I've never played before. And now I have this game in my collection. Not sure. I think I've seen better versions of Arachnoid or kind of these wall bounce break games. So don't care too much about it, but there we go. It is a game and it works. Super Glover. Is that what? Super Glove Ball. All right. Okay, let's clean one of these in-ROM ones. We'll see what in-ROM game we got here. It's just baseball. That's the name of the game. So I can play one player. Not many options here. I do not have a good connection here, obviously. This is this is not an impressive game. This game, though, it is baseball, and I'm gonna put it right here, which you can't see, but it's next to the Super Glover game. But as long as we're at it, let's check out what the other NES, or the other in-ROM chip is. And this one looks great. This is fantastic. I'm gonna do the alcohol over it real quick, but honestly, that looks a lot better. Oh, how lame. Okay, well, I'm not too surprised. I was hoping for something a little different, but here we go, another baseball, and this one it looks like it's actually doing a lot better graphics-wise. Next up, let's take a look at the C in ROM. Star Force. I'm not familiar with this game. Let's see what it is. It looks like it's going to be a just space shooter game. Okay. I do love these shooters. I'm not the best at them, but I do love me a good shooter. Which one? I kind of want to save the MMC3 one for last. So, the A-ROM or the MMC ROM. Let's do the AO-ROM. Because, like I said, there were only like 30 games that used this. It was a very limited number of games that used the AO-ROM mapper type. So I'm very curious to see which one I got. It would be cool if it was Battletoads. I love Battletoads. It would be interesting to be Aladdin. I've never played the Nintendo version of Aladdin. It looks like this was made in 1988, so I'm not sure how that checks out on timelines for the different games, but let's clean it up and find out. It needs a little bit more cleaning, but Wheel of Fortune. All right. Alright, ban away. Alright, well, we don't need to see this. Let me turn off the AV capture so you can actually see this clean up in super time-lapse speed. So I do need to find a place that it sells cheap cases, and then if I could find a way just to print off a label quick and dirty, say something like reproduction on it, so that no one thinks that this is an original, that would be awesome. And I want to say that I have seen John Riggs. I believe I have seen him print off some labels for NES cases in the past, so I should probably go look through his videos, because he does a lot of video game stuff. Does some serial stuff too. MTV remote control? What? Okay, last one, the MMC3. Really excited to find out what this one is. Obviously, there haven't been any there hasn't been any amazing things in here so far, and there's a little bit of a cynic in me that says whoever sold this knew exactly what he had and made sure that anything that was extremely worthwhile, extremely valuable, great famous game, I bet he got them for himself. I do think that. Ha! RoboCop. Okay. Alright, so there you go. 7-ish games of lower quality, but still, that was a fun grab bag. Let's see what I got. Super Glove Ball, 2 baseball games, Star Force, Wheel of Fortune, which I think may have been one of the worst in the batch, MTV Remote Control, okay, yeah, that was the worst in the batch, and then RoboCop, which actually is kind of a fun game. If you enjoyed this, let me know, and I'll try and get another grab bag of random video games that I have no idea what they are, just the mystery game. NES, SNES, Genesis if I can find them, N64. I really enjoy this, so I might do this again. If you are enjoying this content, please be sure to become one of my Patreons. And as always, until the next time, may the Lord bless and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.